Hello. Hello, hello. Hello again. Welcome to Verbling. Welcome again. I am Teacher Oakley. I am going to continue IELTS speaking. Part 3. The marathon continues. The adventure continues. Okay, and very good. Natalia's back with me again. As is Rodolfo. Hooray. As is Igor. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to part 3. Good to see you. Okay. Again, I'm sorry, Rodolfo. I got about the technical problems cutting you off last time.
Don't worry.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Well, now we're going to talk about IELTS Speaking Test Part 3, which is the opinion section of the test, giving an opinion. Now, of course, anytime you're giving an opinion, actually every speaking test I've ever seen, TOEIC, TOEFL, CAE, IELTS, always has an opinion question. This is very important, that you can express an opinion in English. Obviously, you need to state your opinion, and you need to support your opinion with reasons and or examples. Okay, this section of the test is not timed in any way. However, you should be speaking a little more than, for example, part 1, where you're just really giving information. You don't need to be speaking 2, 3, 4 minutes at a time. In fact, this section of the test is 5 to 6 minutes. You're probably going to get somewhere between 4 and 8 questions. If you speak a little longer, you're probably going to get less questions, which is good. Your questions in part 3 are going to match or have something to do with the topic which you had in part 2. So hopefully you'll have the whole brainstorming thing going, you'll have ideas, and you'll be thinking of experiences already. So hopefully you'll be a little ahead of the game. The topic is going to continue along the same vein. So if your question was about, you know, travel or a journey, then part 3 questions are going to be opinion questions about traveling, tourism, the effect of tourism on an economy, things like that. If the question was about, I don't know, who knows, shopping, then of course you're going to have to answer opinion questions about shopping, maybe online shopping, things like that. Well, basically, part 3 questions, opinion questions. Again, the interviewer asks you a question. You don't have any preparation time. Ask a question and respond. So we should be able to do plenty of practice with this one. I'm gonna start with Rodolfo because that's where I ended it last class. All right, the interviewer will be announcing or, you know, giving you an idea about the topic. For example, all right, let's see here. All right, so we talked about a memorable journey last time. So, Rodolfo, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about tourism and travel.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why do you think people like to travel to different places?
I think they like to travel to other places because they want to meet another cultures, another other types of people, traditions, and they also want to have new experiences, to know, like landscapes, to have new adventures, um, visit trade, no, city marks, or well, special places from the cities of those countries, and they want to know more about food, that kind of things.
Okay. All right. Very good. Uh, okay, little feedback. Uh, people like to meet people and learn about other cultures, or meet people from other cultures. Yeah, I think you said meet on other culture. I'm not sure if you said meet in other cultures or meet on other cultures. Really, they're meeting people from other cultures or learning about other cultures. Different ways to say that.
Okay.
Landscapes. You can see landscapes. Okay. We normally, if we're talking about tourism, we're talking about scenery. People can see beautiful scenery, maybe take pictures, things like that. Vocabulary. You quite noticeably couldn't remember the word. Landmarks. People like.
Yeah, that was a word.
I know. I know. You just couldn't think of that word at that time. This happens in an IELTS test. You know what? If that happens to you, and you suddenly later say, "Oh, landmarks." That's what people like to go visit landmarks in a city. That's okay. Or monuments, or special historical places. Sometimes, if you can't remember the vocabulary word, you can use a phrase. People like to visit special historical places. Something like that. Okay, but overall, that's the idea. He was giving, I don't know, 4 to 6 sentences, plenty of information. All right. Now, that is one type of IELTS opinion question. Sometimes the opinion question is quite simple and direct. Usually the first one. Very simple and direct. Obviously, people like to travel. Duh. I mean, come on, that's a fairly simple question. All right, let's continue talking about travel. I'm going to talk to Igor.
Whoops.
Yeah. Okay, Igor, how do you see tourism changing in your country in the future? How might tourism change?
How many minutes I have to speak about that?
There is no actual rule, okay?
No, but average.
Average?
IELTS IELTS who want to take this test.
Okay.
How many minutes?
Well, you're probably, in general, you're going to use a topic sentence, and you're going to give at least a couple reasons, hopefully, ideally, or a reason and an example, something like that, and then maybe a concluding statement. So minimum, usually 4 sentences, 4 to 8, depending if you can think of a few reasons and examples. So on average, English speakers speak 6 to 8 sentences per minute.
Mm-hmm. So 1 minute, huh?
Usually, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I will try in 2 minutes maximum.
Okay.
Because I'm not a native English speaker.
Okay. No problem.
So, repeat your question, please.
Yes, certainly. How do you see tourism changing in your country in the future?
In the future, I see the terms in my country, in the country Republic of Moldova, that will change uh, will change very much. So I see that many people will come from around the world to visit our country, to see beautiful places, historical places. Also, we have very big industry of winery. So we have famous places about where you can visit winery where grows wine, and we have the largest. Okay, how we can name that from in ground? Do you know wine in ground?
A vineyard? No.
No. Under the ground, we have like a basement, and there bottles of wine. And
Cellar. Cellar.
Yeah, our country has the largest cellars in the world. The biggest cellars in the world is famous for that, and also we have a good quality wine. So I see that tourism in my country will be based on this industry, on winery industry. And I think that if we will have a good promotion of our country in the world, tourists from around the world, people from around the world will visit our country, so we would have a good profit from that.
Okay, and quite clear that he was done speaking. I think if it's, I just paraphrase or rephrasing, if it's promoted properly, a lot of tourism will result, and we'll make a lot of money from that. It was clear he was done speaking. Okay, he did really a lot of nice work there. Okay, one thing that he did, which was really, really good, he paraphrased the question. Right from the beginning, the question was, how do you see tourism changing in your country in the future? And he used the question to answer the question. He said, I think there will be a lot of changes in tourism in the future in Moldavia. Okay, very good.
Oakley, sorry, Moldova.
Moldova. I did that last time too.
Russians say Moldavia. Russians say Russian people, but
I know.
In English and in other languages, it's Moldova.
I have too many Russian students. They're affecting me now. Okay, Moldova. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did that last time too. What?
I've heard that there are some pyramids or those kind. I don't remember, but there are some like pyramids in Moldova that have been discovered recently.
Really? Is that true, Igor?
No, we have only wine cellars. If you write, for example, in Google Moldova wine cellars, you will find that the biggest in the world. So the most famous, and all people who country leaders, for example, from Russia, from Germany, Angela Merkel, when they come to our country, they visit these cellars and they drink our wine, and they take wine for home from our country because it's very famous wine. I know, Oakley, you haven't heard about our wine, but it's very famous.
Well, I'm a wine fan. I was a French chef for many years. I like to have wine with dinner. I'm very interested in wines.
Later you can Google, write Moldovan wine, and you will see a lot of information.
I will. I most certainly will. Are you yourself a wine fan? Do you enjoy wine with dinner?
No, I never drink wine. I
Really?
I maybe only in weddings when when we celebrate something I drink wine, but I do not buy any wine and I do not drink.
Okay.
Any wine.
Just curious.
I only know that our country is famous about that, and we have companies, big companies that produce good quality. How can I say good quality wine, or maybe another word, better word we have for that? A high quality wine.
High quality wine, good quality wine.
Yeah, we have
nothing
companies.
wrong with that. Yeah. Okay. Igor also concentrated on talking about his country. Well, good, because the question said in your country. In part 3 of IELTS, the opinion questions, be careful to listen completely. Listen to the end of the question, okay? Because they may end the question in your country, they may end the question in your city, or they may just leave it in general, but they will never say in general. They'll just end the question. Why do people like to travel? Like Rodolfo's first question. Why do you think people like to travel? They're not going to say in general, they just stop. But be careful to listen for those prepositional phrases in your country or in your city at the end of this question, at the end of the sentence. Be careful to listen for those, because if you're talking about in general and they asked about in your city, you're off topic and you're going to lose points. Okay, so basically I don't have any...
Sorry, what I didn't do...
No, you did. I was making a point that you did this. You kept referring to your country, which was good. Not a bad thing. This was a very good thing.
But to be honest, I do not know what will be with our terrorism. I made up this information.
Okay.
I do not know. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, that brings up another point, another very good point. Okay, actually, I have not said in the last 2 classes, 3 classes, this is the 3rd one in a row, I have not said this yet. They are not testing you if your information is correct, if your opinion is a good or bad opinion, if your ideas are valid, or if your ideas are crazy. If Igor says, oh, I was making stuff up, you know what? That's perfectly okay. They're testing your English speaking skill. They're not testing your knowledge. Totally. If you want to completely make stuff up, you can. In fact, famously, for TOEFL, I actually teach students to do this. If they're trying to think of reasons to use in an opinion question, or for IELTS for that matter, you can make stuff up. You can say, opinions have shown that more people like to travel for economic reasons. Whatever. You can make up information.
Or you can say that I think that my country will be the most visited country in the world. It will be more visited than France and Paris and New York and the United States. And they will think that you are crazy.
Yeah, maybe they'll think you're crazy, but they're not testing how crazy you are. They're testing your English skills. So, yeah, you can say that. Absolutely. Especially, okay, this type of question I specifically asked, conjecture question, a future question. What will something be like in the future? In IELTS, you will always have one of those. At least one question, one of your Part 3 questions will be a future question. Obviously, what they want you to do is they want you to use future tense. They want you to use words like, I think this will, or possibly this will. Even better if you can use modals of possibility. Like there might be, there could be, it may be that. They want to see if you know how to use modals. Future modals. Modals of possibility or probability, however you want to say it. That's kind of what they're looking for you to do. You're always going to have one of those in IELTS. Okay, I want to say hello to Janafe. Janafe, is that right?
Hello, teacher.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, actually, this is Kat. I'm using my friend's account because I ran out of tickets. Yeah.
Well, hello, ladies. How are
Yeah,
you?
this is Gina.
Gina.
Hello.
Hi,
Yeah.
Gina. How are you?
I'm good. What about you, sir?
Terrific. Great. I'm surprised. Cat.
Yeah, I'm
I feel
actually
like.
I'm listening. I'm borrowing her account. I'm gonna be the one attending her class because she's doing something else.
Okay. So
Yeah.
who should I ask a question? Should I ask Gina a question or you? Cat.
Um Actually it's me, teacher, because she's doing something else.
So,
She's on her Facebook.
but I don't care. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. Um, okay. In many ways, all right. Tourists go to see a lot of things. Rodolfo earlier had mentioned talking about beautiful landscapes and scenery. Um, are in your country? Uh, Tell me about some ways that the countryside may be in danger.
Okay. Um Actually, my country is a very peaceful country, but teacher, I need to turn off my camera first.
Okay, I don't. That's fine.
Okay. Okay, actually, Philippines is a peaceful country. Filipinos are very kind and they are known to be very hospitable. But when you go to visit the southern part of the Philippines where there are many Muslim rebels, yeah, I think that is the most dangerous part in the Philippines. But I think now the government of the Philippines is doing their best and exerting more effort to give peace to the people in the south and to make it not susceptible to war and any fightings between Muslim rebels and the government. I think that's all
Okay.
I can say about my country.
Okay. All right. Interesting answer. Okay. All right. I think I was a little vague in my question, to be perfectly honest. Really, what I wanted to talk about is the environment. A lot of times in IELTS, the environment is going to be brought up. Um, I was trying to tell you that, Rodolfo was talking about scenery and beautiful
Oh,
places. I
okay.
I was kind of vague in how I introduced that question, so that's okay.
Uh-huh.
What I really wanted to get to was, is the environment at risk?
Uh-huh.
Could tourism be at risk because the environment is at risk?
No, actually, teacher, the the Philippine environment and the tourism industry in the Philippines is very nice, and now they are boosting the sceneries and tourist destination in my country. That's why they have a propaganda which is named Wow Philippines, and yeah, Philippines is featuring lots of tourist destination, like for example in north and in the south, like in Bohol, in Cebu, yeah, the rice terraces in the north. But now I've heard a news about the eruption in Mayon volcano
Uh,
in Bicol, yeah, and there were tourists who also died there. So I think before tourists go to visit Philippines, they should know about the situation, the climate, and the weather. Yeah, that's all I can say, teacher.
okay, I shouldn't laugh about that. That's not funny. That was in the news recently, and it's tragic,
Uh-huh.
of course. But
Yeah, yeah, that's very tragic. Some Thai people died there also.
yeah, right.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, but any of you guys come to the Philippines, don't hike live volcanoes, please, for your own safety. Yeah, you're right. Okay, all right. Again, talking about the environment. All right, you are talking about natural environments, so you're not completely off topic, but
Oh.
talking about risks to the environment. Well, okay. I guess a volcano is a risk to the environment. Okay. Interesting answer. All right, slightly off topic. Try to stay as on topic as you can. Okay, because you're relating it to tourism. Remember. Okay, I want to go to get off tourism. I'm going to talk to Natalia.
Yes.
Natalia, hi.
Yes.
Now, Natalia, I think like 2 classes ago, I had asked you about shopping.
Oh.
Right? So I'm gonna bring us back to shopping, which you talked about earlier. All right, I'm gonna ask you an opinion question about shopping and tourism. Okay, if I'm a tourist to your country, what kinds of things do tourists buy in your country?
In my country. Can I say not about my country? I want to say about my city. Okay.
Very good.
Because
Applause. To clarify information, ask the interviewer. Well, actually, I'd like to talk about this. Would that be okay if I talk about my city? Good. Yes. Yes, it would be perfectly okay. And you know what? I've never heard about an interviewer saying, no, I don't want you to talk about that. I've never, ever heard of such a thing. I think they always say, yes, go ahead. But you need to clarify and ask first. Thank you. That was terrific. Yes, go ahead.
okay, because I don't know what tourists buy in other cities, but I know what my city is. There are a lot of different stones, and there are a lot of things from stones. For example, ornamentations, or necklaces, or rings from stones, or statues from stones, and many people from other countries buy these things. In our city center, there are a lot of different shops with these things, and there are a lot of people from other cities, from other countries. They are buying our things from stones.
Okay. Okay, your answer was good. Your structure was good. All right. You guys should be remembering to paraphrase the question, which you did somewhat. Okay, you asked, very good to ask me if you can talk about your city. All right. There are certain things that visitors buy in your city. Okay. Structurally, your answer was good, and you had enough to say, but a little vocabulary. What kinds of stones what kind of stone are you talking about? Do you know? Are you talking about? Like amber? Where are you from? First of all, what city are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Repeat, please.
What city are you talking about?
Chelyabinsk.
Where's that? I don't know that.
Where a meteorite fall, Oakley.
Okay.
Meteorite, do you know meteorite fall 3 months ago or half? I don't know how many times.
Okay. Okay. What kind of stones? I thought that it was that area was famous for like amber. or opals. Do you know what kinds of... You're talking about semi-precious stones, right?
I know, for example, malachite.
Malachite? Okay.
Yes.
All right, that's a semi-precious stone.
Silver.
Well, that's precious.
It's not stone. Silver is not stone.
Well, okay, vocabulary. Let's learn a little vocabulary.
I know. I have little vocabulary.
No, it's okay. It's well, we're here to learn. We can all learn. We break down, minerals and rocks two different ways. We metals and stones. Okay, there are precious stones like emerald and ruby. Emerald, the green one, and ruby, the red one. Those are precious. They're worth a lot of money. All right. Then we have what we call semi-precious stones. They're not worth as much money, like malachite, possibly amber, things like that. And then we have the metals. So precious metals, obviously gold, silver, platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have what they call semi-precious metals, or other metals, like iron and things like that. Okay, so when I was asking about stone, other stones, if I just say stones and I don't say semi-precious or precious, I'm talking about any random rock that I would lift off the ground. Okay, a stone you throw in a pond. So you really have your vocabulary. You would really have to use that to make it make sense. You gave me examples: necklaces, bracelets. All right. You need to give me the word. What are all those things called? A ring, a necklace, a bracelet. What are all those things called? Do you know? Or anybody else in class?
Jewelry.
Ta-da. Rodolfo, very good. 2 points for Rodolfo. So you should... It's noticeable that you're missing that vocabulary word. Okay, in the IELTS test, it's because of your subject matter, and you're giving examples, but you never said jewelry. People buy many kinds of jewelry. Then you give the examples, like necklaces, bracelets, rings, like that. So yes, you would have lost points on vocabulary, but still, you're doing okay there. All right. If you're going, okay, there's a lesson to be learned for everyone here. If you're going to give examples of many different things, if I'm going to be talking about, oh, come to the Philippines, you can eat mango, banana, durian, guava. What am I talking about?
Fruits.
Fruits, that's right. I need to actually use that word fruits. I know the examples, but I don't know the word. It shows a lack of vocabulary. So, yes, that's right. You would need to actually say it in your answer. Okay. Rodolfo, your turn. Okay. What kind... Okay, talking about shopping, getting away from the tourists now. All right, Rodolfo, what kinds of things do young people like to buy in your country?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
We'll make something up then.
Okay. Well, I think young people like to buy video games, and also they like to buy no, sorry, I don't really know what they want to buy.
Okay.
Really?
Really? Well, how?
It's because I just do the shopping, and that's all the thing I buy.
Okay,
I
well,
just
exactly, Rodolfo. Think about your own experience. I mean, you look like a pretty young guy to me. You're not, you're not 80 years old. What, what do you buy? Think about your own personal experience. All right, or if you're older, like I am, I would think about when I was younger, what kind of things did I like to buy?
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Well, I usually spend most of my money buying doing the shopping in the mall, at the supermarket, sorry. And I buy the whole things I will need for the month, so I can so I don't need to go to the supermarket again and again and again. And I also go to other shops to buy the things I need for school. And sometimes I go to sport shops to buy some articles like, well, I bought recently a new pair of tennis shoes, and I really love them because they are very well. I really like them. Also, I'm kind of a freak, and I like to buy. Uh, well, some things that normal people don't buy, like maps and globes. I don't know if that kind of globes that it's the world and you see all the countries
hmm
and things like that. Books, Stephen King's books. I really like them.
Okay. I'm with you. I also enjoy cartography, meaning studying maps. I
Oh,
think
really?
yeah, I'm a little bit of a freak as well, Rodolfo. I do. I can just sit and study a map for an hour like I'm reading a book. I don't know. I guess I also am a freak. I don't know.
Sorry.
No, sorry. Don't be sorry. We're freaks. That's okay. No, I find it interesting. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy hiking with topographical maps, the kind that show elevation or how high you are, elevation, and using them to hike. Totally. Okay, now, notice when at first Rodolfo was completely stuck. When he started relating the question to himself and his personal experience, suddenly he had a lot of detail. He even had some expressive intonation. I don't know, kind of a freak. Okay, he's using expressive intonation. He's speaking very naturally. Suddenly, it went from I don't know what to say, which would be not a good score, I will tell you. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You can't get more than a band 2 for that answer. It's not possible. To suddenly a band 7 or 8 answer with a lot of detail. Okay? So Rodolfo and everyone, relate the question to yourself as much as you can, and that's going to give you material. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Much better the second time around. Igor, I have a good question for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking about shopping, what can shops do? I assume this is retail shops. What can retail shops do to make shopping more pleasant for their customers?
1 minute I have to speak about.
Roughly.
So repeat your question.
Sure. What can retail shops do to make shopping more pleasant for their customers?
In my opinion, retail shoppers can do to make shopping for customers more pleasant. They can they can offer discounts once in a time, for example, once in a month. So people to attract more people. Also, they can offer the money back policy. For example, if the person buy something and they do not like that they bought, they can return for this thing, or to change that thing to another thing for free. Also, they can do some activities for active shoppers. For example, if you come to the if you are very loyal shopper, yes, it's correct to say if you're a loyal shopper, or another word we can.
It's great, actually.
If you are a loyal shopper, you can participate in some kind of lottery, so you can win some things, some goods or money or things, if you're a loyal shopper. Also, retail shoppers can offer discounts or another facilities for people who refer another people. If you, for example, come with your friend and you buy something, they offer you a discount, maybe something like that. Also, they can retail shoppers can entertain people who shopping. For example, to do some kind of concerts or karaoke show, or another kind entertaining things. And of course, they can attract people and do the experience of shopping more pleasant with entertaining the children or that adults that shopping. For example, to have some activities for that children, like clowns, like I don't know, some kind of things. So I think retail shoppers can offer many things to attract more customers in their shops.
Okay. Again, very. When Igor speaks, very clear ending, paraphrases the question, introduces his idea or his opinion, very clear when he's done speaking. It's quite obvious. All right, and ideally, when you're answering opinion questions, that's what you need to do. You need to wrap it up, and that's why I think there are many things that retail shops can do to make it more attractive for customers to shop there. Okay, that's very good. Now, obviously, Igor had, I don't know, 117 points. Many ideas.
What do you mean?
Oh, you had many points, which is not bad. I just
because I worked in a big mall many years ago. I worked there like as a marketing
there you go.
Specialist.
Okay. Now, actually, that brings up another point. In the IELTS or TOEFL or whatever test you take, you may get stuck with a topic you're quite unfamiliar with. However, you may get lucky, and you may get a topic that you know really, really well. Go with it. If you know the topic really, really well, talk at length, talk at detail, keep speaking until the interviewer says, okay, that's enough. Okay, thank you. Eventually, the interviewer will ask you to stop. Okay, please stop. That's not a bad thing. Again, that's okay. All right. Obviously, Igor knew this topic. Okay, a few small points. The biggest point, Igor, definitely you need to use more different discourse markers. My tongue's getting tied. tired. Ugh.
Also?
Also, yes, you said also, also.
5 times.
5 times. That's exactly what I have. I counted.
Okay.
Right, but you knew that. Okay, you knew exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
You can say as well. Moreover, another thing they might try. Possibly they could do this. You could use some modals.
But the same as also what words you can recommend? The same as also.
Okay. As well.
As well, another.
Okay. Another thing.
Another thing. Okay.
The store may do, or you can use modals. They also might try. They could also, or they could try doing this or that.
Okay.
In addition. Moreover.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a few. Okay. Yeah, and it's good. I'm not saying it's bad that he's introducing new ideas he shouldn't be using the same one. It is a very good thing, and you absolutely should be introducing your reasons and examples with some kind of signal word or phrase, like we just went through. As well, moreover, in addition.
Yeah, Oakley. This is because I'm here to practice, because my English language is very poor. I cannot speak like in my native language, and this class has very helped me.
Well, you know what? I've known you for 3 months now, and your English is definitely improving.
Yeah.
I will tell you that.
Thank you.
Okay. A couple other small things. Very small grammatical problems. You said once in a time they should, I forgot, have a discount or something?
Yeah.
The phrase is once in a while.
But once in a while implying that it's very rare. But I want to say that with some periodicity, like maybe once in a week, but to do not specify that once in a week, but to imply that it will be, how to say, opposite of rare. Opposite of rare. What?
Well, you just almost said it. You said once every period. Well, we have a word for that. Periodically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, periodically. This I wanted to say this periodically.
Okay.
Once in a time, implying that it's very rare. Once in
a while.
Yeah, once in a while. It's kind of.
It does
for
have,
me, I don't know.
Okay, it does have an element of. It definitely does. It means it's not a regular activity. So, yeah, that's true. All right, so. I understand. Periodically would be better.
Periodically. Yeah, it's better. This I wanted to say.
Okay. Now I want to say something that you. Okay, you were talking about they could bring the clothes back or whatever, and you said return them for another one for free. Yeah. All right. You know what? You used a lot of English to explain the word exchange. They could exchange their clothes for other clothes. Now, in reality, in IELTS scoring, you would not have lost any points because you still explained it. You didn't use the shorter, easier vocabulary word. I mentioned this earlier in the class to someone, I don't remember. If you can't remember the exact word, then use many small words to make the same meaning. Okay? Igor couldn't remember the word, but he just used a lot of other English language which said the same thing. He's not going to lose any points for that. Not going to gain any, but he's not going to lose any.
But it's better to use one word exchange.
If you can, yeah. It just incrementally, little by little, shows that you have a wide vocabulary base. Yeah.
Okay.
And the last one, you said activities for that children. Okay, just get rid of that. You don't need a demonstrative there. They should have activities for children. That's all you need to say.
Activities for children.
That's it. And
For
that's it.
children of customers. No?
I don't know. What do you mean?
I mean that children, what I meant, that people who comes to buy something in a store, they come with children, so store should entertain children of customers.
Well, that works. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, that was better.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, alias Gina, alias
Yes, teacher.
Filipino, alias Thai, alias many aliases. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask you, let you try a future question. Do you think in the future people will do most of their shopping using the internet? Why or why not?
In my own opinion, I think that people in the future will use internet for shopping because it is very convenient, and especially for those people who are always busy every day and doesn't have any time to go shopping or visit the shopping mall. It will be very convenient for them and very easy to just order some goods and things through the internet and pay through wire exchange, wire transfer. Wire transfer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you think of any reasons why people wouldn't want to use the internet for shopping?
Again, teacher, please.
Are there any reasons people would not want to use the internet for shopping?
Okay. However, other peoples would not want to use internet for shopping, especially those who are living in rural area, because the delivery of the goods may take some time, and some other peoples would not be able to pay for the monthly bill for using the internet, and especially if the goods they want to order are perishable, I think it would not be very practical for those people to buy goods through the internet.
And also another point that you cannot see the good and touch the good and the how to say, when you with your nose, what you do with your nose, you
break.
What is it? No. For example, apple with your nose. Smell. You cannot smell the goods before you buy on the internet, but when you buy in a store, you can touch. You see the good.
I'm waiting for scratch and sniff internet. You maybe you click the mouse on something and you can smell something.
Yeah, Google has something like that.
No, they don't.
No, you can enter in Google and enter in Google and type Google smell, and you will find video about that. Oakley.
No, really?
No, you will find video. It was a joke of 3rd April of Google that they launched this, and there was a joke that Google smell.
Okay, I think I remember this. They did it for April Fool's Day, April 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember this. I actually have seen. All right, I remember that. Okay, right. Okay, a little feedback for Kat. Miss Kat, please correct your use of the word people. Person is singular. People is plural.
Okay.
You messed up the subject-verb agreement several times.
Oh, why?
You said people doesn't have time. Okay, people don't have.
Don't have.
people do or negative, don't have time.
Okay.
You said other peoples live in the country. You don't need, you shouldn't have S at the end of peoples. Other people live in the country, like that. Okay, and you talked about bill. All right, be careful. I know, I live in the Philippines, so I hear this all the time. Make sure you really relax with bill. All right? Bill, not bill. Right? It's the short I sound. Bill. Very short.
Okay.
Don't stretch it. I have a many bills. I have many bills.
Bill.
Bills.
Yeah, right?
Bills.
Bill.
'Cause I know people in the Philippines like to go to the bitch on the weekend.
Oh, no.
Ah! I hear that all the time. There's a difference, okay?
Yeah.
Beach. Stretch the sound. Stretch your mouth. Stretch the sound. Stretch your mouth. Beach. Yeah, okay.
I got that one.
I know. I knew you would. Yeah, I hear that many times. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think we're running out of time here. We only have a minute left or less. Does anybody have any last questions? I'm going to be doing one more class today in which we will do all the questions, 1, 2, 3, the whole thing. So everybody will get more of a chance to practice. Furthermore, I'll let you guys actually choose which kind of questions, 1, 2, or 3, you want to try.
Hope to be class
Catch out
the
a ticket.
small Swiss class.
Yeah, actually, you get a lot more chance to speak when the class is smaller.
I don't know if I will be able to stay awake. I
Okay.
already know enough.
What time is it, Rodolfo? Where you are?
Almost 12.
Okay. Almost midnight. All right. Okay. All right, Kat. I'll expect you to be listening on the outside. Okay. All right. I have to close this one and start another one. So bye-bye for now, guys. Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
One more to go.